My name is Ian Fairhurst. I'm the team leader of Innovation and Technology at Knox Grammar Preparatory School, a school for boys in the north of Sydney, Australia. At Knox, we have a focus on using technology in immersive ways. Boys from kindergarten to year 6 are utilising augmented and virtual reality platforms, not only to find out content, but also to take it a step further. We're now seeing our students from the youngest years creating in augmented, virtual and extended reality. They're using these types of technologies to show and demonstrate their depth of understanding through their inquiry learning units.
My name is Sue Floro and I'm the head of Knox Grammar Prep.
Learning is our core business, and you see learning in action when you walk in and out of our classrooms during the course of every school day.
Over the past several years, our staff have been exploring augmented and virtual realities to enhance and deepen authentic inquiry learning experiences for our students. In this presentation, we'll show you how to implement virtual reality into an early years classroom whilst promoting student inquiry and providing quality feedback. We'll look at how students can use virtual reality through online platforms to transform the excursion experience, showcase their understanding and retell events as part of an individualised learning journey.
So at Knox, we have a focus on the boys becoming developers of technological solutions rather than passive consumers. We think it's really important that the boys understand that they have a huge sense of agency around their learning. These boys are tuning in, finding out, creating solutions for issues that are real world in the world around them. Our Year 1 boys will be graduating 2030. We look at the world that they're going to be going into. It's vastly different to the world that we came from. We need our boys to be agile learners. We need them to have the ability to learn, to unlearn, and to apply skills in ways that at the moment just do not exist. The workforce that they will be going into will be vastly different to the workforce of today. We need our students to understand things like computational thinking, things like artificial intelligence. Our students therefore will fit into the actual decision makers. So ethical decision making about its use, making sure that all parts of the world actually grow together sustainably to make a sort of just society.
We have now begun dabbling in the world of immersive platforms to further connect all members of our community to learning that our students are doing. We're using a virtual online gallery to showcase all of the work our students are doing and which enables them to engage with visitors to the gallery in real time. It is allowing our wider school community access to the amazing learning our boys are doing, regardless of where they are in the world.
VR made me curious about learning with a virtual reality platform. It made me more curious about demonstrating my knowledge of Hanukkah, which was my chosen global commemoration. I learned lots of tips and tricks on Frame VR, like how to draw on the whiteboards, the ones on Frame VR, not the ones at school, and also how to put my face on a board. It also made me feel more in control of my learning, and I wanted to keep on working on my commemoration. I wanted to keep exploring Frame and see what other possibilities I could learn and create, as I feel they are endless. I also had fun.
The process of Frame VR wasn't too hard. First, we did our slides. On our slides, we needed to research and type in our own words to answer the questions. Once we finished our slides, we took screenshots of each slide and uploaded the photos to Frame VR. After that, we made a clip on iMovie where we talked about our chosen commemoration, and when we finished it, we transferred it to Frame VR. The difficulty of transferring the clip to Frame was I didn't realize some things that I needed to do. What I actually needed to do was add to inventory and upload as video.
The student-teacher relationship in our technology projects has shifted dramatically, and our teachers are in awe of our boys' skills, understanding and ideas. Whether it be peer-to-peer, teacher-to-student or student-to-teacher mentoring, there is a deep level of respect for the skills the other brings to the learning. In turn, the learning for all members of our community is deep and lasting. After a lot of research, we invested in a set of VR headsets from Class VR. Being able to manage the devices means we're able to deliver VR lessons to every student simultaneously and guide them through the experience. We are in Sydney, Australia, but as a school community we have a diverse demographic, and for many families English is not their first language. Many of our students have never been to rural and remote areas before. In Year 1, our students undertake a unit, Food from Farms and Factories, investigating how food goes from farms to the factories to the supermarkets and then into our homes. Our boys are able to put the VR headsets on and travel to the farm that we have partnership with 2,000 kilometres away, and they can experience life on the farm almost firsthand before they start their unit. With VR, we are limited only by the extent of our imagination. At Knox, we seek to know each boy's story. This year, we're taking this a step further as we embark on the Mile in My Shoes initiative, which stems from the Empathy Museum in London. We're inviting all members of our diverse community to share the story of a member of their family. Our aim is to provide an opportunity for us to more deeply understand each other, our histories, our traditions, our challenges and our triumphs. Even though we're a vibrant community of learners, there is always room to grow, and this year our growth focus is on developing greater empathy for the stories of others that are very different to our own, and then to find the connections between us, for we are all more similar than we are different.
CoSpaces is a phenomenal platform for students to both view virtual and augmented reality projects. There is a gallery of inspiration for the students to view before they get started, with a whole range of resources across languages, STEM and coding, language and literature. Many of the projects in the gallery allow you to remix them, which means that you don't have to start from a completely blank canvas. The resources section of CoSpaces has lesson plans as well as other different tips and tricks for teachers. As teachers, you have access to managing class groups of students. Within your particular classes, you can create assignments, you can manage students, and you can also add co-teachers. Creating an assignment is easy. You can just simply create and let students decide what type of project they're going to be doing, or you can provide students with a preset range of templates. For example, if I was looking at a 3D environment, I would give my assignment a title, and in there the students have actually got a range of projects they could use. It allows you to choose whether this is an individual student task or whether it is a collaborative project. When you're in a scene, you can create multiple different types of experiences. Using these templates allows students to quickly provide access to their work and their resources without having to spend too much time focusing on creating the environment. Some particular examples of projects that we've done across K-6. 360-degree tours allow for an immersive experience and can help students to actually prepare before they go on a physical field trip. This year, unfortunately, our students were unable to go to Canberra on the physical excursion. This is usually something that all students participate within Year 6. The school decided to flip the experience and asked the students to create a virtual tour as if they were curating an experience for other students. Students were able to recreate aspects of the Australian Institute of Sport. From here, they were able to demonstrate their depth of understanding and knowledge. Whilst this is not a replacement for actually going on these physical excursions, we will definitely be using these as a way to help the students to tune in before they go in years to come. We also gave students the challenge of curating a virtual tour of the school campus, and the boys utilised CoSpaces with 360-degree photos. Within our kindergarten year group, the boys participate in virtual science experiments, preparing them to understand the impact of forces in the world around them. We provide the boys with a template which they then customise, and this allows the boys to experiment in a virtual environment to actually explore and make observations around things that they predict will happen. These virtual experiences are highly engaging for the boys, but also it allows them to share their understanding with parents at home. In this virtual reality CoSpaces, the boys are using the observations to predict what may happen and then to observe what actually happens. These kindergarten boys then create a science sentence to explain their observations. The other thing in CoSpaces is that you are able to manipulate physics, and the boys really get a deep understanding of concepts such as friction, bounciness, and also gravity. We find that this type of virtual experiences is incredibly complementary to the kinds of experiences the boys would be doing in the real world.
Gravity is a pretty amazing concept. It's what keeps both of our feet safely on the ground. Without rocketing up to the moon or using some very expensive equipment, we can't really experience it in full. However, Kindy has found a way. They have been using code spaces and coding to imagine what it would be like in space.
We've been learning about gravity, dropping stuff from the sky in close spaces. Let me show you. We had so much fun. I can't wait to explore this again.
In Year 1, the students create their own virtual environments to demonstrate their understanding of the Earth's treasures. They also look at the specific impacts that humans are having on these environments. CoSpaces, again, is a really useful tool for constructing this type of understanding, as it has a range of different tools which students can utilise within their project spaces. The student projects are highly engaging, always personalised, and are a highly interactive experience. Our Year 4 students have been challenged with creating a CoSpaces app, which will be specifically looking at how we can re-engineer Australia to better manage its water supplies. The students have created different scenes to actually show how we can use artesian water to prevent evaporation, and also to look at the movement of water around Australia. CoSpaces allows the students to create both virtual spaces and to also utilise 360-degree photospheres. As the students progress through their understanding of CoSpaces, they're able to utilise code to make the experiences more interactive. This is a phenomenal way for the students to demonstrate their depth of understanding around their inquiry units. These types of virtual experiences allow the students to have a much deeper understanding of places that they would never normally be able to access. By constructing their own understanding of these environments, the experiences are far richer and far more interactive. The CoSpaces site has really good lesson plans to help you get started, including how to create your own virtual tours. The guide takes you through all the steps to be able to create your own virtual tours, plus provides examples from the CoSpaces team and from other students.
In one of our Year 5 inquiry units, the big idea is living things, impacting, changing, adapting. Students are invited to become scientists, investigating the impact that humans have on a variety of environments on the Earth. Students are tasked with researching one particular environment, the rainforest. As a class provocation, students use Class VR to simulate their interests by identifying the key features of a rainforest, classifying the 4 layers, and assessing the impacts that humans have had on that environment over time. Students are able to develop their empathy as they develop a call to action to make meaningful change.
Our inquiry units have been designed to build our students' levels of global competency in areas such as creativity, communication skills, the ability to collaborate, and the development of character. All of these skills will enable our students to be active global citizens. Every boy in every year group is encouraged to exercise his voice and his agency in making a difference in the world.
They take personal interests and then they apply their inquiry to investigating and coming up with solutions to things that we as adults sometimes wouldn't even dream of.